Respected Secretary Sir and all the Tribal Welfare Department and respected Principal Madam and all the lecturers, good morning everybody. This is Sunita from TTWRDC Kottagudem from final year BA. Today my topic is Gautama Buddha. Before going to the topic, I would like to say one thing, that is, who is Gautama Buddha? Gautama Buddha is the founder of Buddhism. And come to the topic, the birth of Buddha. Buddha was born in 563 BC as Siddhartha, the prince of Kapilavastu in Nepal. Buddha's father, Suddhodana, was the king of Sukyas, and Buddha's mother was named Maya. Maya died 7 days after her son's birth. Remind the situation. Only Buddha has 7 days, not a 7 years, 7 months, only 7 days birth. Her mother can die. Who's her mother? Her mother is Maya. The child was brought up by Maya's sister Mahaprajapati, who was become his foster mother. The name of Siddhartha means, the name of Siddhartha meaning is wish fulfilled, or one who has accomplished his goal. It is nothing but the meaning of Siddhartha, and it was predicted that Siddhartha would give up all the worldly pleasures and follow a simple life and come to the renunciation of Siddhartha. Suddhodana apprehended that her son may become a recluse and turn away from the world if he was left himself. Siddhartha was married off at the age of 16. His wife's name was Yashodhara, and he has a son, her name Rahul. One day he ventured out of the palace and saw suffering, pain and death for the first time. He felt that one day he would also become a prey to world age, disease and death. The experience changed his life. He realized that worldly happiness and transitory. One day at the midnight, Siddhartha left the palace, gave up his wife and young son Rahul. At the midnight, Siddhartha left palace and gave up his wife and his son. He has to give up and come to the enlightenment of Buddha. Buddha spent many years in the company of science. At the finally one day when he was sitting under the Bodhi tree, the Buddha Gaya, he was blessed with the divine light. This was the turning point, as realized that he truth in within every human being. The search outside was pointless. After the Siddhartha was known all over the world as Buddha, the enlightened one. He was also known as named of Sukyas Muni, and which mean an ascending of Sukya tribe. And come to the enlightenment, the first stage, he saw each of his provinces' existences and then understood the chain and cause of effect. And come to the second one, he survived the death and rebirth of all living beings and understood the law that governs the cycle of birth and death. The third one is he identified the four noble truths. What are they? The universality of suffering and the cause of suffering through selfish desire and the third one is the solution of suffering, and the fourth one is the way to overcome suffering. And come to the teaching of Buddha, the Four Noble Truths. We are already discussing Four Noble Truths, right? The Buddha disliked metaphysical discussion devoid of particular utility. The unprofitable and unanswerable questions. The come to the Four Noble Truths containing suffering. And first one is life is the world is full of suffering, and second one, there is a cause for suffering, and third one, it is possible to stop suffering, and the fourth one, there is a path which leads to the question of suffering. And come to the one by one. The first noble truth about suffering: life is full of suffering. Even apparent pleasure are fraught with pain. Okay, come to the second one. The second noble truth about the cause of suffering: the chain of 12 links. In the second noble truth, the chain of 12 links, like suffering, like every other thing, depends on some conditions. The chain of cause of effects that leads to suffer in the world. Briefly speaking, then, suffering is life in due to birth, which is due to the will to be born, which is due, and our mental cleansing of objects, and thirst of desire for objects, and sense experiences, sense object contact, which again is due to the 6 organs of cognition, and some initial consciousness, and the impression of experience of past life, when lastly are due to, and the 12th one is ignorance of truth. These conditions, like these constitute the wheel of existence, birth and rebirth. It has been popularized among Buddhists by various paths, epics, such as the 12 sources, the wheel of rebirth. Some devout Buddhists remind themselves even today of these teaching. The Buddha, by turning off these teaching, the Buddha by turning wheels which are made to symbolize the wheel of question, like the telling of beads. These form a part of their daily prayers. The 12 links we have already discussing in the second one. 12 links, right? Come to these links. The present life is effect of these past and cause of the future. Come to the first one, ignorance, and second one is impression. These two things are past life, and the third one is the initial consciousness of the embryo, and fourth one, mind and body in the embryonic organism, and the fifth one, 6 organ of knowledge. These 3 are including as present life, and the 6th one is sense contact, and 7th one is sense experience, thirst and cleansing, and 10th one is tendency to be born. These are also including as present life, and 2 things, these are including as future life, and old age, death, etc. An important contribution of Buddha: life is not a product of a mechanical contribution of material conditions. It is the expansion of the inner focuses of begins holds. And come to the eightfold path. There are eightfold paths, like right view and right intention, and right speech and right action, a right livelihood and right effort and right concentration and right mindness, and detailedly explain about eightfold paths. The fourth noble truth about the path of liberation. The path consists of 8 steps. First of all, I would like to discussing first one, right views. As ignorance with its consciousness consequence, namely wrong view about the self and the world, is the root cause of our sufferings. And second one is right resolve. Right resolve or firm determination to reform life is the light of truth. Life is in the light of truth. And come to the third one, a right speech. A right speech or control of speech. Okay, come to the fourth one, a right conduct. Right conduct or abstention from wrong action. And come to the fifth one, right livelihood. Right livelihood or maintaining life by honest means. And come to the sixth one, right effort. Right effort are contains endeavors to maintain moral progress by banishing evil through and entaining good ones. And come to the seventh one, right mindfulness. Right mindfulness or constant remembrance of the preferable nature of things, and this is necessary for keeping of attachment to things and grief over their loss. And come to the eighth one, it is the last one, not least, right concentration. Right concentration through 4 stages in the last step in the path that leads to the goal nirvana. And the practice of such through is recommended by Buddha in many details in the Diganayaka. These are eightfold path. It is the Buddha's original picture. Thank you, madam, and thank you, sir, giving me this type of wonderful opportunity. Thank you, sir, providing me such type of opportunity. Thank you, madam.